So now I am going to discuss the assignment number 4, which is based on oblique projection. This is the assignment number 4, and you will get the copy in the complete assignment PDF. So what do you mean by this oblique projection? So basically, after orthographic projection, this is a special category. So it is almost like an isometric, but there are some differences. So if you want to go through the theory part, I will share a PDF regarding this oblique projection, and you can see everything regarding this oblique projection, and you can clearly see the difference between isometric and oblique projection. There are some other sort of projection also, which is called as prospective projections, and they are not in your syllabus right now. We had not made any sort of assignment of prospective projection. What we have is the oblique projection. Oblique means it's an oblique direction. So what is the difference? You will get to know, like there were two type of oblique projection. One is called as cavalier, and second is the cabinet projection. Like you can go through this PDF, you can see cavalier and cabinet projection. In cavalier projection, you will project the object, the biggest frame, biggest view in the front side, and you make the rest of the figure in 100% scale. Means you don't need to reduce the size of every length. You have to make in a full size scale, and this object is made under 45 degree. You can make it in 60 degree or 30 degree. Yeah, like whatever written over here, you can make it in 30, 45 or 60 degree, but you should not reduce the length. But in cabinet projection, cabinet says that it has to be reduced to half size. This is called as cabinet. If someone is asked you have to draw the cabinet projection, then you need to reduce the size to the half. Like you had this front view and top view. You can imagine the drawing of this object. There is a hole inside at the bottom, and there is a slant edge over there. You need to make the box like earlier in the isometric projection. You need to make the box in which your object is going to place. You need to subject the front view, and rest of the lengths are projected on the 45 degree line or the 30 degree line, and you just need to join the lengths. This is the way you need to make the object. So in the assignment we had this question. I am going to explain you how to make this question, and this is the way. Actually, I had told you I had made a cylinder and a combination of cylinder in isometric drawing. Like similarly, we had a sort of circles. When we had to tackle with this circle, there would be two methods. First is called as the offset method, and second would be called as force center approximate method. So I will discuss all these methods with you, and you need to draw everything whatever given in the. This is another question of hexagonal prism that is also given in your assignment, and here there would be a a prism which is cut by a cross section, cut by a cutting plane, and you have to make a prism which is already it has been cut it down into pieces, and you have to make it this oblique projection. These two are given in the book. You can make only one of the drawing you need to make, but you are given with the two answers. You are given with the two questions, but you can make only one. In here, the sides of the prism is perpendicular to VP, and in this case the sides are parallel to VP, and cutting plane is passed through 20 mm below the axis line, and it is at 45 degree with the horizontal. You need to make this orthographic projection first, then you will draw this. I will explain you draw this and this. This is the cross section view, sectional view, and you need to draw the section also in this view. Okay, so what is going to now to start with the assignment. The first question of this assignment is draw the oblique projection of a circle of diameter 30 mm using offset method and 4 center approximate method. It is saying that you need to draw the circle in offset method and 4 center approximate method. So I am going to draw all these questions 1, 2, 3 and 4. All these 4 questions in the assignment in this video, and you need to see it clearly. So first of all, the circle is 30 mm. I am going to take the circle as 50 mm, not 30 mm, because it's difficult to recognize. It's difficult to recognize 30 mm because you need to take some bigger dimension. Take a 50 mm. You need to make a 50 mm box like this. This is your 50 mm box. Now you need to make a 45 degree angle with this box. I am going to discuss with the off center method. It is called as offset method. I am writing the name of this method here. Like this, and you need to make a 45 degree angle over here. So I had mentioned the 50 mm. You need to take the dimension as a whole. You don't need to reduce, because in general, due to uh, three-dimensional geometry, the dimensions are reduced, but I am not reducing the dimension. I am taking 45 degree, everything at 45 degree. It is 50, you can see it is 50, so everywhere it is 50. It is also 50 mm. I am mentioning the dimension also. It's 50 and 50. Now I am going to take the center. I am going to use the red pen for centering and marking the helping lines. So it is 2.5 and here again 2.5. You need to make the center line like this and center line over here. Okay, now you need to make a circle. I'm using the pen, and you need to use the pencil. You need to make a circle of 5 centimeter dia. Try to make the circle exactly inside this. If you had made a very small mistakes, then you may find that your circle is not exactly inside. This is the errors which you can see. There is a small error over here. Now what you need to make is to make a distribution. Like you need to open the compass to its radius and mark here and here. Then you need to put a compass and mark here and here, and you again need to put on this point, mark here and here. Every corner you need to put the compass, so this will distribute all this object into 30 degree parts. So you need to I am going to draw these parts in helping line with the red pen. Okay, so you need to see it. Like this, every corner is now joined. Now you need to make the parallel lines like this and this. In order to locate these points, you need to make these parallel lines like this, and similarly in the vertical direction, like this and this. This and this. Similarly here, this and this, and here this and this. This is your offset method, and you need to elongate these marks along these lines like this. like this is our helping lines. You need to make it very light. I'm going to make it with the red pen so that you should not confuse with. Okay, so it is going to be 2 more circle over here on the top and the left side. So now what remains is you need to mark the rest of the point from here also. You need to put a compass over here and you open this until this mark and you mark it here. Put a compass over here and mark it here also. Now put a compass over here, mark it here, and put a compass over here and mark it here. So every point on this line is marked over here, and you observe that this length it look like it's less than this length, but exactly if you measure it from the scale, like if you take a scale, then it is going to be a 5 and you put it over here and it is again going to be a 50 mm. So it look like that this line is more, but exactly the length is same. So need to make the parallel lines with this also on both the planes like this. You need to make a parallel lines over here. Okay, now you may see, if you can imagine, these are the 4 corners of the side circle. Now you need to make this point method. You need to join these points like this, and here like this. You need to join these points, like this point, this point, and this point, this point, this point, and this point. This point like this. Like this. Now you can darken this circle like this. And now next, in the upper part, you need to mark the corner points like this, this, and this. And you see this point here, this point and this point are going to join. You can see the exact shape of the circle on both of the side, and you darken with your hand. There is no compass, no arc is involved here. This method is called offset method of drawing circles, and the approximate shape of these circles are drawn on this method, on this sheet. Now the next uh, method is called as the the you very well know it is called as four center approximate method. So I'm going to make a circle again. This is not lengthy process to make, but you need to keep very accurate, because it is going to make big errors if you had drawn with the error. It will be amplified in the figure. So again you need to make a 45-degree angle. Again you need to make a length of 50 mm in both the side, and then draw a parallel lines. Over here. So this will complete the box in which we need to draw the now you should make a circle in the first view, in the first quadrant. You need to mark up to the radius. Now you put a compass over here and then mark on the upside and downside. Put a compass over here, upside and downside. It is not very much required, because I am not going to use the 60-degree angle, 60-degree distribution. You just need to mark these centers. That is more important. Now you make a center at 2.5. Now the next part is to join this centers like this. Now it has to be the center. You need to verify it is the center. Okay, because you generally look, if you look it and you feel that this distance is less and this distance is more, but it is exactly the same. So that's the research behind this 45-degree. So you need to make the this is Cavalier projections, and we are making on the 45-degree angles, and you just need to make a perpendicular. First of all, you need to make a perpendicular of any two corresponding sides. Like if we are taking this side, this is a perpendicular of this perpendicular bisector of this side, and you need to make a perpendicular bisector of this side. Two corresponding sides can be taken for the perpendicular bisection like this. This is what first center, and I am going to make a perpendicular bisector of this line. This line, you need to see this line. I am going to make with the black pen so that you can readily identify what I am talking about. I am talking about this perpendicular bisector, and correspondingly the perpendicular bisector of this, and it is going to be like this. You need to fix the scale over here, and take the midpoint, and wherever it cuts, like this point and this point, you can see all these 2 points. You have to make it very carefully because there is a lot of chances of error in this method also. So it is not going to be a freehand method. You will get the exact shape if you had drawn it correctly. This is a ball pen that is making a big problem for me. You will get the approximate shape. This is called as 4 center approximate method. Now you put it over here, and it should be the same length on the both sides. You will be able to draw this. Okay, now putting onto the cross section at which they were meeting, need to put a compass over here and draw an arc. You have to join this previous arc with this arc, and you need to take the center approximately so that they are going to join. Maybe you will not find the theory says that this has to be this point, but maybe you need to shift some distance to get the shape. Okay, so I'm using the pen, that is why I'm not getting the right shape. You are going to get this. These two arcs must be joined with the previous arc. This is the way you make this. Now we need to draw the circle over this place. So for that, if we are taking these two lines, this would be your perpendicular. I'm using these two lines, this one and this one. Okay, so the perpendicular to this line is what it is in this direction. So, and the perpendicular to this line is here. You need to be very careful because there are a lot of congestion here due to these lines. So this would be your center. I had used these two lines, the perpendicular to this and the perpendicular to this. You can see I will put the scale over here and you will get this point. Okay, so for this arc the center should be lie here. So you need to make a perpendicular line for this, and that would be this, and it is going to be a problem. So I will draw the side circle. Of this side circle I am going to draw on the back side of this page. So we are going to draw the side circle by using 4 center approximate method. So I had drawn the circle again. You need to mark the centers. These were the centers. You need to take the D and make a 45-degree angle like this. To fix the scale over here and mark like this. Again you need to take a 5 centimeter distance and complete the box. At least you need the side box, so I'm not going to complete the upper one because the upper is already discussed. This is the helping line. So now this is the center of this object. Now, like previously, we had drawn the center of perpendicular bisector of this line. Is in this direction, and the perpendicular bisector of this line will be here from the center. Okay, this will give you 1 point. Now the second point is going to come from this line, so you have to make a perpendicular bisector of this line like this, and perpendicular bisector of this line. This line had a perpendicular bisector this point. This is going to be the length by which you are going to draw this arc. You will get this approximate arc. Now you put the compass over here, and you will get the side arc like this. Now for these two arcs, you need to put a compass on this line and join these arcs like this. And you need to join it here because I had marked with the red and I'm confused with. Now put this circle, because if you had drawn it very carefully, then you may find zero error in this construction. So there is a little bit error over here. Rest is the figure is almost at zero error. So you can find this method is called as approximate 4 center method. I'm going to draw the circle, normal circle over here. This is called as four center approximate method. Four center approximate method to draw the circle. ठीक है.